Hey guys, okay, so I have got a foundation for you today. This is the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Foundation. Um, yeah, it just says Bare Minerals Original Foundation, Broad Spectrum SPF 15 in the shade Fair 01. I actually got this at TJ Maxx and they were selling it for $6. Now ladies, this is like an almost $30 foundation if you buy it from Ulta, the Bare Minerals site, or anywhere else. I've even seen this in my Meijer stores, my Fred Meyer stores. And for $6, there were a bunch of them. That's just a price that you can't really pass up. So we're gonna try this. I used to use only mineral foundations in the past. My favorite one was from a brand called Garden Botanica. I have tried Bare Minerals in the past and it was okay. I just feel like you don't get a lot of coverage with this. I've heard just a ton of different ways to apply it. You're supposed to really buff it in. You're supposed to like really work it and then you get good coverage. So I don't know. That was a while ago that I heard that. So, and I haven't tried it since then. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. It's obviously a mineral powder foundation. So we'll just see. The shade is really light. I have tried this shade in the past and it was a little too light for my eye area, so it tends to make that area look a little bit gray. But I think, I don't know if you can see, it's really light. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good shade for me. When I first had heard about this, obviously I'm 41, so I came from an era where there were a lot of infomercials. There wasn't a lot of, when I first heard about this, I wasn't really into internet stuff at all. But so I had first seen this on an infomercial. It looked too good to be true, which is probably what it is too good to be true. A lightweight, undetectable foundation, and yet still gives you full coverage. So we'll just see. I think what I'm actually gonna do though, is I'm gonna try one side, just my bare moisturized skin, and then on the other side, I'm gonna try using a primer. And this is the Ulta Beauty Hydrating Face Primer, mineral oil-free, paraben-free, coconut water for hydration. I got this in a free gift with purchase, so it's just like a little sample size. You guys know that I'm not a primer girl. I've tried Bare Minerals primers with the Bare Minerals foundation, and I hated that primer. All it did was crumble off my skin. It was really bad. Didn't do anything to help me at all. So, and just a warning, if you hear something in the background, like a meowing kitty, it's because there's a meowing kitty in the background. She wants in my room, but I'm not gonna let her. Okay, so here we go. The trick is, in the cap, you swirl, tap, and buff. So, this is a dense kabuki brush that I'm using. Just gonna tap off the excess and we'll just get right to it. In my world, this style of brush was the style of brush that gave me the best coverage. Like I said, I used a mineral foundation for years. That's all I used for years. And I loved it. It was an excellent shade match for me, gave me good coverage. Back in the day. My nose is already starting to drip. I'm sorry, you guys, man. Like, as soon as I start touching my face. So I'm really gonna buff this in to see what kind of coverage we can get. And already it's looking really sheer, like extremely sheer coverage. I am going to put, was a tiny bit left in the cap. I'm just gonna put that on. Let's see what we can do. If you're looking for light coverage, I think a mineral foundation is the way to go, especially if you have like sensitive skin, or you just don't want to mess around with like a liquid foundation that's going to make you look, cakey or whatever. So before putting on another layer, I'll give you guys an up close look. You can see all my redness. This is not really covered very well. It is a little bit, you can see the difference. The shade looks decent. It's a little bit on the pink end for me. This is the original, so there's not going to be a lot of luminousness from it. They do have a matte version. I don't know if they have an illuminating version. So that's that. Before I put on another layer, I'm just going to go ahead and put on this primer on the other side, and then I will wear it for the rest of the day, of course, and I will just see which one holds up, which side holds up the best. And I'm really wondering if with a primer, if it's going to, this smells heavily of coconuts. I'm just wondering if maybe it will stick more you know, and lay down a little bit more product to give us a little bit more coverage. So we'll just see what happens. Give that a second to really sink into my skin before I start rubbing all over it with this brush and the foundation. Thank you guys for all the well wishes for my son. He got better, then he got worse, and but he is better again now. So thank you so much for that. All of you who thought of him, cared about him, prayed for him, left a comment about him. Thank you so much. And his sister, of course. She got better and then, but didn't get worse again, but he got type A flu or whatever it was, influenza A, whatever it was. Yeah, he got that. And it was actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was expecting like, you know, 3 full days of high fever, and trying to manage high fever with a little autistic boy is very difficult. But it was, you know, like 1 day high fever, got pretty high, but next day he was feeling better. So thank God for that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and load up my brush. Make sure I've got enough in there, tap off the excess, and we'll just see. Yeah, I think for mineral foundations, they are just really the most natural looking, I feel. Even if you have dry or aging skin, like I have. Oh, I hear him. Might have to cut this video short. I don't see you might hear him in the background. I don't see too much difference between the two sides. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can, before he comes screaming in here, I'm just gonna see if we can do an all over second layer. And we're swirling, tapping. Just to see if we can get some more coverage, which I feel like we are getting a little bit more coverage. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I feel like the second layer is offering more coverage. Give you guys an up close look. Hear him in there. My little guy slamming doors. I'm gonna take an up close look and then we'll give our thoughts. I feel like it's blurring my pores out a little bit. It's offering a pretty natural coverage. It's not shiny though, so if you want shiny skin, you're not gonna get it with this. It's pretty matte, but it doesn't look unnatural and it doesn't really look dry. So as a first impression, I think $6 is an excellent price for a mineral foundation that usually costs around $30. If you've been wanting to try it, I suggest you pick it up at the TJ Maxx. The shade looks good. I was afraid it was going to be too light, but I think it's pretty good shade. And the neat thing about these is, well, I mean, you can mix just about any foundation, but these are pretty easy to mix if you need to get your exact right shade. And if you want to do that, though, I would suggest you get them on sale at TJ Maxx because they're a lot cheaper that way. So I will wear this for the rest of the day. Update my thoughts in the description or in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.